Hey guys, welcome back to another
Battle
episode.
started.
So, what do we have here today? Ah, where am I? Let me take that off. God, that was just a bit silly, wasn't it? Right, kicking off, we are playing in the Icicle map. Now, this is probably the first time in a very long time I'm actually playing this map with with actual players, humans, right? Other than Dr. Urano. So it's an online game. It's an 8v8. I've got a comrade that's on the. It's not really north, is it? It's more central, right? And the main squad is the back here with our red team leader kind of playing in the air position, right? Very much mirrored with the enemy. Now I wanted to do player view, right? So you can kind of get a feeling of what we were able to see or what I was able to see when I was playing the game. So the good thing about this map, right, the mexes are superb. I mean, 2.3s pretty much everywhere. I think it is everywhere. All 2.3s, right? So for vehicle play, it sounds good. Just you got to keep something in mind, right? The wind speed is atrocious. I mean, it is bad, really, really bad, right? Um, so I mean, this me lining up, a bunch of wind here, right, was probably a bad idea. There's me just saying just how bad it is. The thing is, I was kind of hoping that mass production will outweigh any of the negatives, but honestly, solos is the only true way to go, right? Now, I wanted to do a little bit of harassment, something that I'm trying to get more and more into my plays, right? And for those of you who have been following my journey, you know that I used to try to do this in my very early games, and it used to be pathetic. I never used to get any value out of him, right? It used to be really, really bad. So I'm moving him right to the edge of the map, right? Don't know if this is a good strategy or not. I just didn't want to go head on and then meet an LLT or a marching army, so to speak. I mean, it has showed me that look, they haven't moved forward to secure those mexes, right? But they are. They're gently getting there. I didn't want to just fight this guy and give away my units. However, once I got to him, I mean they're on fire at will, right? So they're gonna find him. I want to get a little bit of a surround if I can. I mean it's not really, is it? Now I've moved one tick across. I can live that. I don't need to fight it. Grab a mex. I mean getting these constructors right. This is what's gonna hurt. What's gonna hurt this guy, right? CXO. This is what's going to bother him, is what's going to hurt him. Now I'm just running around this guy because I don't want to stand still and then he starts hitting the reclaim button. Right, this is nice, got the solar so it's closed up. Another mex falls. Now they have got some units. I can see green. I think he tried to send a Porner or Grunt, right? And this guy as well. He's got a wheelie coming after me. Oh no, it's him. Got a wheelie coming after me. Look, I think I've done enough to kind of bother him. I think that was quite nice. So me bothering them, this isn't really an army that's moved up per se, but it feels like we can get a bit of ground because of that sort of harassment. I like this. Imunes is moving forward with his commander. He hasn't just stuck back over here, which is a little bit different to how I would play. So this is quite good for me to see how different people play in the most southerly position. I do like this. He's going into vehicles, right? You know how I mentioned that vehicles will be good in this map, and the terrain isn't that crazy where the vehicles are gonna struggle a lot. There's enough sort of passageways where vehicles can move very well and quite freely. Now I was moving up gradually, right? Rather than just sending units all the way up here, I was moving them up bit by bit. What gave me a lot of confidence was the fact that Pink, the mountaineer, he had his ticks there for quite some time, and they haven't been attacked, right? So it's made me think that this guy here, CXO, I mean he must have been thinking, right, I just gotta kind of get back into the groove of things, rather than trying to push forward with an army. What's going on up here? Oof. These units are really kind of strong with their damage output actually. Yeah, doesn't take much. Doesn't take much. I mean, you just saw 3 of those. 1 round of volley took down a mix nice and easily. Nice and easily. Slight little skirmish here. I think you know, the enemy wanting to kind of test our metal a little bit, but we're getting strong. I'm going for a bit more of a forward lab now. You might think, well, that's not too much of a distance between your original and this. Well, it kind of is, but also vehicles. I really think, you know, vehicles are going to be a difference maker here. What I really wanted to do is get to a point later on in the match where I can make starlights. That's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to do a bit of a starlight push, right, or a starlight play. Because of this lab, very hard to kind of keep both. So I've sucked up my bot lab, just so I can get some metal in, and I'm not lagging behind, right? Especially if I've got unit production at the bot lab and I'm trying to produce units and things like that at the vehicle bay. It's not gonna be a good thing for me. Right, now it's an opportunity for me to take that mechs. I have taken the mechs up here. I'm putting energy converters over here. Not the most safest, but you know what, I just want him to continue just making energy where we can. I want to make use of this guy, so yeah, throw in the energy converters, why not? Got a radar up in here, so that's going to give us at least some decent coverage. Now I'm making a build power plant, if you want to call it that, right? Okay, Manton is doing really good actually. This is nice. I like this. He's taking the geothermal as he should. I think Green was a really good player for them, because I recall when I start making other plays, you know, yeah, Felix Flame, he would always kind of be there with his units to destroy my dastardly plans. CXO, yeah, I mean, interesting play. His commander is super up front. I want to take advantage of this, so I've got pawns that were there for a while. I'm sending in the missile trucks. Felix Flame is there, and honestly, that's what's saving CXO in this situation, right? And that's good team play for the Blues. It's just, we take this off. What was his health? 21%. Not the worst, but honestly, if Green weren't there, he would have been done for. No doubt about it in my mind. What that's meant for Green is, because I was trying to go after him, right? And so was Mountaineer. He's found himself in the crosshairs of our attack. It's just the way of these things, right? It's good. I feel happy that at least some of his economy that he's tried to build, in the front line is gone. CXO is trying to get healed up. Hopefully we can kill him. I don't think we're too far off. If we can just get a few more hits, boom. Yeah, nice, I like it. Felix is not looking hot. He's not looking hot, but I don't know if we're gonna have the army needed to kill him. If he starts coming in with D guns. Now when I was playing, I was worried about the D gun, but look, he's energy stalling. Boom, out. Now we've lost our army, which is not great. However, 2 of their comms are gone, right? There's me just highlighting to the team, good work, right? These were big kills. You know, that's a double kill, right? Shout out to their purple player, right? He's coming in to try and save the wreckage. Forget saving the day. He's got to try and save that wreck field. I'm not sure about this though. I don't know if it's a good idea to push into me. But he wouldn't have known, right? He wouldn't have had any visions or scouts or anything like that. This didn't really worry me that much because of that reason here. I felt as though, look, I've got units pumping out. I've got a lot of build power. I've got units pumping out. I've got my commander there, worst case, right? The D gun, it's there, right? And that shut that down super quick. Only sad thing is, because I D-gunned them, I can't get their metal. Right, I disintegrated these boys. I shouted out for resbots, hoping we can get this metal because I've gone into vehicles, right? So I don't have any bots anymore. So I was hoping the team will see that and they will be able to act accordingly. Right, I'm gonna go back into player view, right? So you can see how we were looking at it. We can see dots. I can see dots, right? I did feel as though blue team would be sending a significant force to claim these two bodies, because there's no way they would they'd want to leave them out and about. What am I doing in my bat base? So like I said, it's got to be solos, right? So I'm utilizing my original starting position to build up my solar farm.
Has died.
I'm building solars here as well. Just goes to show that look, when it's poor wind, it's tough. Oof, that ain't good. That ain't good. So what you find normally in this ice map, right? The northern position, right, for the team playing on the left, this normally gets hit hard, right? This gets hit significantly hard, and likewise, but the team playing in the on the right hand side, this position normally gets hit hard, right? So there's a parallel here that is drawn. Look, I saw my homie moving these, right? So I thought, right, let me try and kill some of these greens by getting a bit of a surround. I wanted them to move these forward because I wanted to see what the enemy was up to, if they were moving forward or not, because then I'd know if there's a need for me to make a significant push over here. So far so good. I'm seeing that my guy's making a push, but he can't get too much in there, right? Green is able to fault him. Thankfully, these missile trucks got anti-air. Those bombers ain't doing nothing, son. And this air wall is going to get thinned out. That wasn't my intention. It was just a positive byproduct of having missile trucks. So that's also going to annoy them, because now they're going to be thinking, right, the air. Then this is what I mean about the green. See, every single time I was trying to do something, you see this more often, he or she jumps in, right, and kind of hinders my progress, At the same time, I sent a little force over here because I did wanna give Mountaineer a little bit of assistance. Too much of an army. So this is dark green coming in, right? So I figure, look, let me move these guys back. I've got beamers here, right? That's going to be able to help. And I made some Januses. Now I don't think my micro ability with Janus trucks is very good, right? And I need to get better at. To be honest, my microing with vehicles just in general is really poor, really poor, and I need to get better. Bots is so much more easier. Their mobility is so much more simple, right? You can go back and forth super easily. It feels like the robots, whether they're Cortex or Armada, they never put a reverse gear in any of their cars, right? Any of their vehicles. Is, you know, for them to go backwards, they have to turn around completely. Right, train saw. Why was I building this? Right, is it a waste of metal? Is it not? Well, I mean, I just saw that they had quite a lot of planes, right? And they tried to bomb me, for crying out loud. So, you know, well, they tried to bomb my units going out front. So I figured, look, I've got to put something there. One, it's going to protect my base, but if nothing else, it'll give early warning to the rest of the team, right? And it will thin out an attacking force to the point where, like, our air player could hopefully get some fighters in there and stop a bombing run. You are our savior. Blue team trying to get the motivation up. I don't think we were able to get the wreckages, so it is what it is. In fact, yeah, it is what it is, which is a shame, right? But it's not the end of the road. I mean, I'm just happy, like, with those ticks, I was able to get such value out of them early on, right? I mean, it made this purple player really think twice about well, not even thinking twice. He had to kind of change up his game. He had to change up his play. He had to change up his game just to rebuild. This is a really good push by blue. Indeed, we're having to utilize the super unit, the tick, right? When things go bad, utilize ticks. We've got some LOTs here, which are gonna do all right, but these are, you know, these are medium tanks, right? So they're gonna do really well against LOTs, and against bots in general. They're just gonna do super well, super well. I figured that I can't do too much to help them there per se, and I've got to make sure that I don't leave myself overly exposed, because that's going to be really problematic. I'm sticking beamers here as well, right? Because just in case anything gets through, right? Some like little annoying units. At least these are there to kind of help. Blue team are realizing that I'm sending in a force. Why am I doing this? You may ask. Well, aggression. And I just didn't want to give CXO too much comfort. Look, he's putting up radar jammers and things like that. I mean, I did the same, which is good plays, as you should. But look, he's on advanced metal constructors. So one of the things I would say a criticism with this game, right? Our backline players, they never shouted, or I missed it, that they went into tier 2, and that, you know, we could buy tier 2 bots or you know, any tier 2 con, right? It was never flagged, and there's a point in the game where I'm saying that, look, the front line needs tier 2, and then or maybe I could have shouted for it earlier. But look, I was really happy with this because I managed to move these in.
Has died.
You know, I saw the build power and I thought, right, I really want to take this out. If I take down the build power, right, it's going to be hard for them to kind of get back on their feet. So some of you might say, oh, you should have gone for the advanced metal extractors, but honestly, I think the build power was a better way, better thing to go for. Easier target because they're more mushy. And now, shout out to Mountaineer, because he's a don. I mean, he's sending in ticks, right? So he's doing things to even help my push. And he's got his own lane to worry about, right? But he's looking to help me out. That is excellent. And in fact, this is going to inspire me. I'm sending in another force, right? I put them on a fight command this time, and perhaps that was a mistake. But he has inspired me to attack once more. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. These ticks are keeping them busy. Interesting path in here. Yeah, I don't think I should have used the fight command, because look, it's keeping them at range, and it's made them sit in targets, right? So I don't think that was a good move from me. I'm now moving them along. This is the pathing that I want to do. I don't want to go straight ahead, because that's where they're going to send all their units, right? So if I can kind of outmaneuver them, which I don't think is possible. I mean, these are really slow moving vehicles, like super slow. And look, it's green. He's always there, faulting my plans, right? CXO got to give his props to his green comrade. Right, I put a radar tower here as well, hoping to give me a little bit more range with what I could pick up on the map, and that's really to help my gauntlet, right? That's gonna be pretty much my strongest defense unit that I've got over here. Now my metal isn't looking hot. My ability to take mexes is not great, and like I said, look, it's the lack of tier 2. So we need tier 2 up front. So I'm hoping this would have inspired our backline players, right, to at least think about now giving out tier 2 cons, which is not great, because we're going into the 20-minute mark, right? And what that means is I'm nowhere near in an economy to go into tier 2 myself, and Mountaineer certainly wouldn't be neither, right? Because me and him have been fighting, and Iman's probably not as well. But actually, Iman started here. So yeah, shout out to Iman, because he started right in this position here, He moved up near my starting position. Now he's moved to the midsection to help out. So that's really, really good. That's really good. Yeah, I think that's the only thing we were really lacking in this particular game is teamwork around sharing tier 2 constructors. Because if your enemy team are doing that, right, that means they're going to be in a position where their resource ability to bring up resources, right, and then spend them and build strong units is going to be significantly better than yours, and more often than not they're going to get the win, right? So I don't know, it's going to be interesting. We will be able to hold them off, because look, they got tier 2 in front already, right? They're up there, and yellow Peely, he's going to struggle. He's going to struggle unless he can get some support. I mean, support looks like it's coming in. The support looks like it's coming in, so that's good. I like that. I'm sending in some units to kind of annoy them and not let them get too comfortable in the midsection, right? Once I've got units there, I really wanted to go for purple. You know, I wanted to go around to see if I can get some damage in, right? And that might, you know, keep him distracted enough where our team can make a bit more of a difference. Now, I've decided to go back to the super unit, right? The unit that did so well for me in the very beginning of the game, right? Probably not the most. Actually, yeah, it is one of the most destructive units in Beyond All Reason, right? It is one of the most damage causing units in Beyond All Reason. Not because of its DPS, but because of what you can do if you use them properly. I mean, I'm just using this just to kind of go in there and keep the enemy annoyed and distracted, right? And I'm going to get to that point when I have a bit more build power. It's just economy. Metal is so poor, and I know I'm banging on about it a fair bit, but look, I mean, got to get our mexes into a better position. Really need to get them into a position where you know, we're getting 4 times the income. Ooh, scary. A normal fusion in this section of the map, and it's not even a cloakable one. Oof, not great. But honestly, like, if I was the enemy team, I wouldn't bother going for that target. It's not that juicy of a target for me. I mean, it will hurt the enemy, no doubt, but there's nothing else really around it. You know, it's if it was an Aphis, yeah, because that's a nuke going on, right? Whilst that's going on, I've sent in some units and I realized, my god, they're building one of these bad boys, right? So that I had to ping it and let the squad know that they got some bad stuff going on over here. But this is interesting, because what it did highlight to me is that CXO, he ain't looking to attack. He's going straight into defensive mode, right? He just wants to defend. My problem, my biggest problem is green. That's my problem. Yeah, go on, waste your energy. I don't mind. Your Eye of Sauron is just going after ticks. And thankfully, because I got that visibility, I know exactly what his kill radius is. I'm gonna make sure my army doesn't come anywhere near it.
Has died.
Oof. Purple goes down, son. Yes. Nice one, Eye Moon. Right? Because I know he was a thorn on your side. So this is good. This is good to see. This is going to be another morale hit. Units doing how many units? So yeah, definitely a morale hit, right? So this is good. This is good. This is gonna create some discontent within their team. I'm moving some units closer because look, I've got some. I hate trying to pronounce it. Cell shockers here now, right? And with their range, and my ticks giving visibility, I might do all right with them. Might do all right with them. So I had a few built up, and I think what I tried to do as well eventually is get a radar vehicle in here as well, a radar jammer as well. Yeah, look, he's having to move some of his army back, right? Oh man, that is an army. That is an army. In fact, if he had pushed forward with it, he's got tier 2. Let's be honest, guys. Yeah, he's got tier 2. He's got a tier 2 lab. We saw it. Yeah, he could decimate me at any point. This is more of a psychological issue. Now, this is me and my crappy tunnel vision. So I did ask for tier 2, saying, look, if anybody can give me. He was pinging to say it's here, but I was looking at his base here. I didn't even know at the time that he moved up. I thanked him and I was thinking, where is it? I can't even spot the flipping thing. And silly Billy me, right? When you play, if I can do player cam, when you play, right, at the bottom here on your sort of taskbar, if you want to call it that, it does tell you that you know what idle constructors you had. So that's another way of easily finding a unit if somebody's giving it to you, but it's not heading towards your lab. So that was just me being dumb. Oh, look at this. Tigers, heavy assault. This is the perfect unit. Now, rather than it being you know, the bright green, now dark green. These green characters are just looking to cause me pain. That's the only way I could describe it. Yeah, pain. Shout out to Mountaineer, he's spamming ticks, and that this is a tier 4 unit, my friends. Yeah, they scared the tigers away. Scared the tigers away, right? It was enough for them. They're like, I don't want to go up against these ticks. No way, no how, right? Life is too short to be going up against such a dangerous unit. This is just me being blind, being silly, forgetting the game mechanics. It had actually been quite a while since I've played bar. And I know it might not seem like that because videos have been coming out, but a lot of those videos I've had them like played some weeks ago, and so I was able to go back and do some recordings, and so I haven't actually played bar in quite some time. So yeah, at the point of this game, I was really rookie. So again, what can I see? I mean, I know they have the Eye of Sauron still there. These guys are just keeping busy. Oh, we got sharpshooters. This is nice. This is scary. He's too up front. He's way too up front, and there's no like destruction turrets or res bots to help repair him. So this is scary, Losing a commander wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing in the world per se. It's just if he goes boom here, it's the army. It's us losing the army that I'm worried about more than anything. I'm now sending in some forces, right? Because I just wanted to get in there, but rather than I can't fight the Eye of Sauron. Look at his kill radius, right? That's big. So I'm trying to circumvent it and to see how I can get on. I feel alright sending them in because I've still got an army getting built up over here. So let's see how we get on, right? So they're going in. They've got some Robocops with welders. That's really good. That's really good. They're actually going to trade very well against my army. And remember, I'm still tier 1, right? So this, me saying early on, look, I want to go vehicles because I want to do a starlight, gameplay. Then what happened? So it just goes to show that you might have a particular strategy or a gameplay that you want to do, but hey, you got to adapt to how the game is going, right? And I'm still tier 1. This is 30 minutes in almost, right? I ain't doing too bad because psychologically I damaged my lane opponent so much that he's not even attacking me. All the attacks are coming from his comrades. Right, so now I've got his turquoise. I've got his turquoise buddy coming in. Thankfully, I've got a decent amount of missile trucks. I've got beamer, which I'm happy with. Got another beamer. I do have my gauntlet as well. That's going to be able to do some level of work. But I think the beamers are in this situation with these guys coming up this close is going to be the big win. I didn't want to de-gun this guy because I don't want to take my lab out. Yeah, all of this can be rebuilt. All of this can be rebuilt. I got a build power. I've got a construction bot. Yeah, I've got my com. I feel good. What I'm lacking is res bots, right? But it's okay. I can repair. I can reclaim. I can rebuild. Thankfully, my blindness went away, and I was able to actually realize where the tier 2 con is, and now I can actually help. And look at the difference, yeah? Just from having this, look at the difference. I mean, I know I'm reclaiming as well, right? But ultimately, 9.2 just from having that makes such a difference. Such a difference. I started spamming out blitzes because I felt as though, look, if these guys come back again, I just need to bombard them with units. I just need a force. And now look, the confidence of having tier 2 mexes, right, means I can go into advanced vehicle lab. And also because I've got a lot of metal here. Right? And I'm going to pick up. I'm coming to collect, so I've got ways in which I can fund this lab without having to reclaim my tier 1. I'm moving my army back for a little bit of defensive work. But all in all, I don't feel too bad. This is a war zone. I mean, this is just... I really like this unit, the incinerator. It's like a moving Eye of Sauron. Obviously not as powerful, but really, really good. Really good. I think you'll likely have to factor in friendly fire, but this is nice. He's in a position where he's able to do maximum damage to the enemy, and he's not really it's gonna be very difficult for him to do friendly fire. Eye of Sauron is up. These bulls, they ain't gonna stand much of a chance. What's going on here? Maybe some ticks or something managed to get through. Alright, we've got another one of the homies coming in. But that's dangerous. Like I would not recommend trying to go straight into an Eye of Sauron because it would just melt you. It's just too dangerous. It's just too dangerous. And look, he's got walls and things like that around it. It's going to be hard to take it out, you know, without a significant force. The best you could, like, you know, you could do is circumvent it, like ignore it, attack the player, but attack him by not trying to go up against this thing here. My ticks will just keep it busy. Now it looks like they've got a significant air army. Yeah, look, and they're going into gunships. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going in for a bombing run at some point. There must be, because the air player has been relatively unscathed, and we've not done a bombing attack at all, like none. Interesting. So a man like Felix Flame ran out of metal. Interesting. But look, they got tier 3 up now. So this is what I mean about like not like sharing the tier 2 cons early on, or at least, as much as, you know, I'm not the biggest fan, but at least saying, you know, shop is open, buy a con, because, you know, it's a team game, so it only hurts the team if we can't all eco up significantly, right? Because you end up in a situation where the enemy are just gonna grow substantially, and you're not. You know, shout out to Imans. He sent over a mammoth, which is a big help. And look what's here. Yeah, Prarton. And that's exactly how you pronounce that. I know. I'm fluent in Legion. When I saw this, I was like, I'm gonna get right into it. I can't just. I need to damage it. If he comes for me, I think I've got enough at my base to take care of it. But I need to damage him. Wow, look at the size of this thing. Long range jammer. Now, I was flabbergasted that these blitzes managed to get through. I would have thought his defenses would be so substantial. And look what I saw. Look at this. I mean, he's in tier 3, no doubt. But this is all very, very explodey, isn't it? All very, very explodey. I was really glad, not necessarily just because of the E-converts, but the build power. That's how you stop tier 3s being produced. Build power. He's got more there. I was happy with what I took out. And remember, I used blitzes. Things that will take toss hardly anything, right? He's got 4. I mean, he's got 3 active Apheses, right? If we can bomb here, so I pinged the team. I've communicated. I'm letting our team know, hoping the air player could look at that and say, listen, bomb it, right? Because we had vision on that. Interestingly enough, right, I don't know why the vision didn't stay. I don't know why the because normally when you see something, right, the like for example the lab or these mexes and things like that, the imagery still remains. So I don't know why the advanced fusions didn't remain. Guys, if you know, comment down below. And also, shameless plug, but hey, I gotta do it, right? If you are enjoying the game, enjoying the content, and you like my journey, look at this, right? I threw an ambassador up in here. I snuck him in, thinking, yeah, I could do a bit of hurt on them, right, from distance and annoy them, right? As long as I could get radar dots or vision from the ticks, be good. Yeah, drop a like, drop a sub. You know, it's one of those things where, like, unlike Twitch and some other platforms, right, subscriptions on YouTube cost nothing, right? It's just a click of a button, takes no time at all, and it really, really helps. I think when I looked at the analytics, I think he said like 82% of my audience aren't actually subscribers. And yeah, and look, if you guys can subscribe, that'll really mean a lot to me. You know, as somebody that's a fledgling, you know, content creator, and I'm not the best game player, as well, as you can probably tell. I'm trying to show people that you don't have to be like a pro, right? You don't have to be super sweaty or a pro. You can still have fun games. You can still add value. You can still make entertaining videos, right? And that's what I really want to do. You know, is share my love for gaming, and it's not something that I get an awful lot of time to do, unfortunately. And that's mainly around work commitments, really work commitments. That's a big heavy one, right? And family commitments as well, but mainly work. And it kind of goes into why I've not been able to play bar for quite some time. Right, Razorbacks. Oof, these are base killers, and again, they're timid, and I don't know why they're so afraid. I mean, they've every time they've encountered me, right, all they've ever really seen was tier 1 units. So I don't know. They've only ever seen, like, you know, in terms of tier 2, what, Jaguars? Yeah. What is this? I said this before game. Let's have a look. Anyways, let me also play SimCity. Okay, I hear what you're saying, right? It's the whole usually whenever somebody's not at the front and they're just at the back and they just want to eco. I get that. And look, he's talking about his squad, right? So he'd know if they were playing like that or not. Wow, look at this. That is insane. Okay, they're trying to make a push with Marauders. I love Marauders, but this is bad play. You can't just go straight into enemy lines, especially, you know, we've had the midsection for quite some time, so you can't just throw Marauders there. North has been in battle, right? I mean, we've got Assault Invictus now, so you probably can't send Marauders there. But again, it's take the chance, go down here, attack me, right? Me and my tier 1 army. Oof. Now look at this. Now they're able to hurt me because they got an LRPC or something of that nature hitting me up, right? Thankfully, I do have a radar jammer here, but if they get vision, I'm doomed. This is super late. super late. But again, that's the problem with you know, if tier 2 constructors are not sent and shared, you know, the rest of your squad are going to take a considerable amount of time to get into the position where they should be, or that they need to be. Thankfully, I do have one. I do now have one anti-nuke, right? Because otherwise it'll be lights out. Now, the homie, he's done doing most of my mixes, but energy is the problem, right? And once this is up, is gonna go a long way to resolving that problem. Oof! Damn, son! That's gotta be in the advanced geo. What are these? Negotiators, nice. But you can't send them in. I mean, their radius is mad crazy, right? Put them behind the mountains or the hills. You don't want them to be. Oof, red is going in hot. I mean, I did mention like that. You know, there's that particular area down below where there are AFESs and things like that. We could really hurt them. Really hurt them. Because if we take down that southern section, honestly, even with my not so strong army, I'll wipe down. I can just take over that section easy. So yeah, a little bit disappointing that the red team leader he didn't he didn't want to go with my suggestion, right? But look, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Oh. As I say that, I take it back. Maybe maybe he isn't. It is what it is. I do believe AFESs are great targets. Maybe he went to go for the AFES. I'd say go for the AFES. The AFES will be such a demoralizing, you know, hit, right? It's worthwhile. It's worthwhile. But that's nice actually. That was like a diabolical hit. Yeah, see, now he should see it. He's got to see it. Okay, he's got a plan. He wants to go down a different route, but I want to follow this because I do enjoy a nice bombing run. Yeah, see, these AFESs, they stuck on the map. Nice. I mean, lots of bombers. I would have loved to have seen him, like, when he went up north, just split them in half. Right, take half of them up north, keep the rest here, because he could have took down 2 bases nice and easy there, right? Beautifully. It would have been a masterstroke. Yo, look at the north. So this is quite rare on this map, right? For the team on the left, right, to take out the northern section. This is quite unique. Doesn't always happen. Yeah, this is going to be super demoralizing. I mean, interestingly enough, it feels like almost everybody in the blue team is in tier 3. and it just goes to show that, look, you could get up the tiers, but yeah, I don't know, it's weird, isn't it? I think maybe we just had a bit more better team play, because when we were in trouble and stuff, you know, you saw it with me, right? My homies, they came to help with tick spams, the super unit, and with other things, right? I mean, shout out to the green players, right? I mean, every single time CXO was getting the hurt put on him, they did come to help, right? Even this guy, I remember seeing him sending units to help as well. Yo, red is now going in. What have we got left over here? Damn, son. Yeah, there's not much for them. I'm surprised they're not throwing in the towel, really. I'm getting an army of balls now here. What was that thing hitting me? This thing. Again, what damage you doing, man? You killed some tier 1s. Cool, okay, you got some of these, fine, at the end of the road. Well, you might wonder, why did you make so many of these pop-up turrets, Commissioner? Why? Well, when I saw those Razorbacks, that's why. I thought, mate, what am I going to do if they send in a proper tier 3 army? The only thing I can really do, well, semi-quickly is pop-up turrets. Yeah, those Gauss cannons. Now, I do want to give myself at least some protection against the LRPC. So I'm building a Bubble shield. Yo, big up the Soul Invictus, man. He's gonna come in. Moral victory.
Battle ended.
Right, guys, this was a tough game, but I really, really enjoyed it. Some great teamwork over here. I think the start of this show, even though it may not seem like it, is the unsung hero, right? But it's the tier 4 unit, the tick. The humble, or perhaps not so humble tick. It was the story of the tick. It did enough damage early on to stop my lane player, right? Every time we were in trouble, either my homie spams ticks, I spam ticks. It scared tier 2 armies out the way. It even scared some tier 3 armies out the way. And yeah, it helped get us the win. I mean, you even saw it in my lane, right? I spotted like the Eye of Sauron and things like that because of those ticks. Yeah. So super super unit, excellent. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I shall catch you in the next one. Thanks.